Hello again, traders, and welcome back to the Pro Trader Network. Rick here. This is our weekly market analysis for the week ending June 4th, 2017. And we had an unimpressive non-farm payroll report and some price action on Friday as a result. We're looking at several time frames this week, and we'll start here with the Euro Dollar daily chart. You can see that we had a very nice rally based on non-farm payroll, and we're creating some bearish divergence here on our daily chart. And if you see here on the weekly chart, we've come into some structure right here. So always look left, and then we're looking left here on our daily chart right around the 113 even handle. So we'll see if this euro will eventually turn back over. We had close to a double top here, and then we broke through on Friday as a result of the non-farm payroll to a new structure high that's creating this bearish divergence with our market baseline in the extreme. So I'll be looking at how the euro plays out. And remember, of course, we've got the British election up and coming next weekend, so that will clearly affect the market. So you want to keep your eye on any news pre-election that talks about the distance between the candidates for the Conservative and Labor Party. It seems like any news discussing the distance between the candidates is affecting the markets. Here's the Euro Yen daily. You can see here we've been channeling a little bit, but that market baseline is still into the extreme, and we have this engulfing bar that resulted on Friday. So will we have an A to B, B to C, C to D completion down here to retest this area of support? And look left here, we've got lots of structure and lots of noise here about the 122.85s. So we'll have to see if that bearish bias continues. Euro CAD, again, we're pushing up here as a result of non-farm payroll, prices going up, and our oscillator is still moving down. We have our market baseline well into the extreme here. So we'll see if this close below this new structure high and at this previous area of resistance becoming support. Perhaps this might turn over as the week progresses. We'll have to watch that one as well. The Euro Aussie, again, continue to create bearish divergence here on our higher time frames. Market baseline well into the extreme, and now we have an inside bar here at the end of the day on Friday. Could this be signaling the beginning of a sell-off here on the Euro Aussie? Our last euro pair, let's do all the euro pairs. This is a 30-minute chart, and I was noticing here that our market baseline is well into the extreme. We were well oversold and created some bullish divergence here. Prices moving down, our oscillator was moving up, and we had a little slow bounce late in the day Friday. Perhaps we'll retest here and create some bullish divergence to come off this bottom for a smaller intraday trade. Let's take a look at some more 30-minute charts. Here's our pound yen, well oversold, and market baseline into the extreme. No divergence created yet. Maybe we'll retest this low and perhaps even create a new structure low and look at the possibility of bullish divergence. We have our market baseline in the extreme though, and that is a trigger for me to pay attention to this chart intraday and at the open. Here's our pound Aussie, similar situation. We've got a little bullish divergence forming here. Market baseline in the extreme, prices moving down, and our oscillator is moving up. And late in the day Friday, a bullish candle closing here, and we'll see if we have a small rally on this bounce up from this bullish divergence. Here we have our Kiwi dollar 30-minute chart. Look at this overbought condition here, traders. We have a shadow bar here at the end of the day on Friday, and our market baseline well into the extreme. Bearish divergence forming here on a short-term trade. Massive bearish divergence, and we've created some new structure here. We could have a retrace, A to B, B to C, C to D, back into some of this noise here in current price action during the middle of last week. Our dollar yen cross on the 30-minute is well oversold, similar to the pound, and you can see the market baseline approaching this extreme. We have a new structure low, very extreme oversold condition here. Not too much action late in the day Friday. That is not uncommon, but again, new structure low and possibility of a nice bounce to the upside. This is that non-farm payroll candle, that news out of the US on jobs. And then finally we have our pound Kiwi on a 30-minute chart. We went perfectly sideways late in the day, but look at our market baseline and our TDI. We are well into the extreme oversold, and a last gasp at the end of the day, we had this bullish candle coming in at this previous zone of structure. Will we bounce back up, or will we continue to the downside? Looking at this on the short term, I'm assuming that we're going to see a bounce to the upside here, but we'll have to wait and see if we break above and close above this area of consolidation. So that's what I'm looking at during the course of the week, and of course at the open. And you'll want to pay attention, as I said before, to any news speculating on the outcome of next weekend's British election. Thanks for spending time here at the Pro Trader Network. Traders, as always, let's stay focused, follow our rules, and I'll see you next time.